Hi, this is Karen from Mojo Global. Welcome to the Mojo Global Radio Show. Today we have as our honored guest Patrice Bisiot. Patrice, welcome to the show. You have such an interesting career, and the way you help people is awesome. Can you go back to your beginning and you have a little bit of a different career track? Can you speak about that?
Yes, I definitely have a different path. So it started out in Paris. I was always passionate about fashion, image, and everything that was related to Hollywood and the prince and princesses. And this inspiration also got me to understand three things I was going to be is a creative, I was going to be an entrepreneur, and I was going to help other people. So I didn't know under what form it was going to come. And 18 years old, I'm managing actually three hair salons because hair was the beginning of my craft. And I worked on the runway with celebrities in Paris and all that. But I was also managing three salons in Paris for one of the highest brand. And I decided America had to be what is going to come next because I've always been obsessed with America. So 18 years old, I moved to the US. 19 years old, a year later, I opened my first business, also understanding I need to grow what I'm doing. I came here for larger than life. I want to embrace the American dream. Therefore, I hired my PR in Beverly Hills, who started helping me, putting me on the red carpet, helping celebrities with their looks. But their looks, little by little, morphed into this questioning that I had because I also understood intuitively that image is only the final part of the preparation. You prepare yourself upon the emotions you are feeling that day. And how do you want to create that message? When you show up in front of a camera, in a meeting, in the boardroom, what does that message look like? What does that nanosecond when you walk into the room, that impact you make on other people is going to look like? So intuitively, I started crafting this questioning with my clients until realizing, wow, this is actually valuable because I make people deep dive into what they're doing. That further put me into writing my first book, which helped me now to show people, hey, appearance is far more than fashionista and putting clothes on. It's about saying, this is how you display your brand. This is how I started introducing the idea that in the morning when you get ready, emotions and appearance are going together hand in hand. Now, when you walk out of your house, you are displaying that message, and that message is your brand. So I did a lot of female empowerment. I started helping a lot of groups, mentoring high school girls in New York, and also starting preparing my second book. And the second book, Mind Your Impact Style Interventionist, is really the step-by-step process on, hey, understand that your appearance is so much more than putting clothes on. So let me get into it. And it's really about the psychology of understanding what it means to get ready in the morning. That ritual that you practice every day is actually how you build your brand. And now this is how I go around the world, doing keynote speaking on self-empowerment, leadership, appearance versus branding. And that's why I'm here with you today.
Thank you, Patrice. And I have to tell our audience, I am personally thrilled to do this interview. And Patrice used to work with one of my favorite shows, Project Runway. So that was the deal sealed. So, Patrice, you have great passion. And can you give us an inkling of how you would start working with a professional who wants to show their brand in the boardroom? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. So the way I do first, we do a consultation together because we need to understand what is it that you're looking for. Because that means if we are together face to face, you're stuck. You're stuck somewhere, you're stuck in your career, perhaps you're stuck in your private life because maybe you're a busy executive, you've been divorced for quite some time, and now it's time to date. And all those mechanics in your life where you're stuck, now we're here to identify what is the goal. Also understanding what are you expecting from me? Do you understand what I do? Because often and too often, people think I'm going to help them with their appearance, telling them what to wear, how to speak, their body posture, until realizing that those 9 weeks, because it's a 9 weeks coaching program, is helping clients to understand and identify all there is about themselves. Because how do you qualify and how do you define, I want to look sexy, I want to look powerful, I want to look this or that? That word is the only meaning it has is to you. Your emotional attachment to that word is what it means. So that coaching makes you dive deep, 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 deep into who you are, the core of you, who exactly you are. So we take the pieces apart and now we're building back up in order to knowing from where we're leaving until the point of destination. And that's how we reach the goal every time.
That's fantastic. And I'm wondering, first of all, to our audience, Patrice is very passionate about what he does and how he helps people. Could you talk a little bit about why you're doing this? Because you're obviously, you can be anywhere in the world. You have many, many kinds of positions you could fill, but you choose to do this. You choose to help people empower themselves. Can you talk very briefly about that?
Yes, absolutely. That's the thing. As I said, hair was the beginning of my craft, and that's how everything evolved into from appearance to. But I realized that hair was such an emotional connection with self. It is when you give your hair to someone, it means the trust you're giving that person. And that to me was an amazing feeling of understanding my client every time was going to say, do whatever you want, which I never accepted that because I'm like, no, you are wearing it. We're not doing it that way. Beauty comes from within. But the reward that it was to me is after a makeover, it was that glimpse in my client's eye. It was that nanosecond, once again, another nanosecond, but it took for me to, when I was just done, to realize that shimmer in my client's eyes to say, oh my God, I look beautiful. I look like a superstar. You make me look like a movie star. And that to me was the reward far more. And of course, we all work for money. We trade our time for currency. But more importantly, I was transforming someone from within. I was taking their emotion to the most highest level of self empowerment. And that transformed into the coaching because to me, that's why I say to all my clients, as of now, I'm 100% success story because I take every single client so deeply. To me, I cannot choose to doing something if I'm not 110% in it. My passion has to be in it. So the fact that I'm doing something I love, which is creative, I'm an entrepreneur. I manage, with my team, my own business, and I'm helping every day. When I do a keynote and I do a lot of questions and answers because I like to custom my keynotes that way because I want people to leave with value. I want them to know that, wow, what I've learned about appearance and how to align myself in the morning with what I'm going to wear. The message is so much deeper than what I thought. And that to me is the absolute reward.
Well, Patrice, it is an honor to have you here today. I'm wondering, what is the very best way for someone to reach you if they're interested in taking your class? I'm assuming is available internationally.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I travel globally. So it's either online or in person, obviously. But at first, info@talktopatrice.com is my email. And that, my team will send you Calendly. So that way you can book your 30-minute consultation. That's a great way. Another for all the content, and I'm posting content, 4 to 5 times a week in my private group because, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. And I rather just a few hundred people of serious about what they want to do, how they want to build that brand and how stuck they are and how they're looking for that step by step to understand how to craft it. And that group is your appearance, your brand, your impact. And that group, again, selected like everyone that's in there is not just like, hey, let's come in. It's truly about you have a ton of content. You can reach out to me. If you have a question, you can. And again, if you want to book your Calendly appointment, info@talktopatrice.com.
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview today. I really appreciate you.
Thank you, Karen. No, thank you for having me. I love it. You can hear it. I'm passionate. I love what I do. And I love to spread my message across the globe.
Thank you, Patrice. And to our audience, we love that you took the time to listen to this, and we look forward to bringing you another Mojo Global radio show. Bye.